Casey. I am Wrong the Strong, and today's Monday, man. I just got back from Houston. I was there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Visited a lot of the state prisons, Beto, Michael Unit. It was a little far. It was like a 3-hour drive up north, and so I have to tell you the story, guys. I have a lot of triggers. I have a lot of triggers, and I have a lot of I guess trauma that I deal with on a daily basis, and sometimes I do better than other days. But when I fly, I get triggered a lot. I get triggered a lot because the movement, the people, there's just a lot going on. And everything was fine because I was really happy. I was going to Houston. I was going with my team, Victorious Living. Shout out to Victorious Living. Great team, great family that just they love on me, they support me, and they like me just the way that I am. You know, I could be a little bit too much sometimes. But flew out there, I was in a good mood, got on the plane, got to Houston, and as soon as I got there, my boy from Mexico that did time with me, he picked me up at the airport and took me to the car rental place. So he took me to the first place, and I had already rented my car, paid for it, everything. I had done everything on the app, even loaded my ID, everything. And we get there, and they tell me that they don't have my car because it was spring break and people that rented cars didn't bring them back. So I was like, okay, so where's my car, or what are you giving me? They didn't have no cars to give me. So I was like, okay. He's like, go on the app, cancel it, and then go try and find a car somewhere else. So I canceled on the app, and then so that's $280 that now I gotta wait 3 days to get back. Okay, I go to the second place. By this time, I think I already called James like 3 times because I go into panic mode, and there's only a few people I guess that I could call to kind of like ask for help, SOS. And I get to the second place, and they do the same thing, man. I get in line, and there's a little barcode thing that says, don't waste your time in line, get moving faster. I do it, boom. I schedule the car, everything. And when I get to the front, they tell me that I can't rent a car unless I have a credit card. And I was like, what? And I was like, I have a debit card. And they were like, no, you need a credit card, or the debit card needs to have I forgot how much it needed. It was like a deposit of like $500. It came out to almost $900 that I need to have on there. Anyways, didn't have the car. By this time, I'm already like furious. I'm losing my cool. I want my money back. I want it now. It's my money. You seen that commercial? And I want it now. And I called my boss, the Miss Johnson, and I could tell right away. They know me so well already. They were like, look, take a deep breath, jump in an Uber, and now you have 3 hours to minister to that Uber driver. And I was like, boss, it's expensive. It's like $300-400 to drive 3 hours in an Uber. And she was like, do it, I'll pay for it. And I was like, man. So I jumped in the Uber, and I met this real cool guy. He was here from Cuba as a refugee. Him and his wife. He told me his whole story, how they left Cuba, had to go to Mexico. He was here he was doing everything the right way, filling out the paperwork, working. So he was able to come by himself. His wife and kid are still waiting in Mexico. But I got to hear the whole story, man, and it made me realize that those 3 hours were spent, with that person were worth it. The best part was that he was like, man, I wanna try and find different kind of work because Uber is not always like a for sure check. And I have a couple of friends in Houston, so I was like, you know what? Let me make some phone calls to see if I could get you a job. And today he went in there to fill out the application, and they're hiring him on a company where my friend's the manager of a landscaping company. And today in the morning when he called me, he was like, man, thank you for doing that for me. He's like, you didn't even know me. For you to like want to help me. And I said, man, my life has changed so much by something that was given to me freely, that it's a responsibility for me to be able to, I don't know, be kind to people, love on people. And if I can help them, why not? Like I said, guys, I'm still rough around the edges. I still like lose my cool sometimes, but at the end of the day, I have a Jesus heart, man. I have a heart that God gave me on that day, and I like to share it. People don't know how hard it is for me to fly, for me to go into these prisons, for me to share my story. Just because I've done it lots of times doesn't mean that it gets easier. It doesn't mean that there's certain parts of my story where I don't relive them. When I speak about some parts, sometimes I relive those moments. But I do it because I know I have a responsibility, man. And this trip to Texas really showed me that, inspired me. And honestly, like, I was a little taken back. I didn't realize how many people in prison, like all over the United States, have seen my face. Like, those prison tablets are really like spreading hope, spreading messages. One of the guys came up to me. He was like, man, you're prison famous. I said, what? He said, you're prison famous, man. He's like, I watched like 3 episodes on there with your face on it. I was like, man, those have been interviews that I've done throughout the years that God has really used to give some hope to people like me that are in there, doing time. It was a really good trip, man. A really good trip. And every time I go, I feel safer and safer with my team because, like I said, nothing personal, but people think I'm joking when I say I'm afraid of white people. I make everybody laugh in prison when I say that, man, because I walk in with a whole, team of white people. But I told them, I'm feeling more and more comfortable, and I start to act like myself, and I feel safe around them, and that's big for me, man. I spent most of my life protecting myself from not getting close to people or letting people hurt me. But like I was saying, like going there with them, riding in the car with them, going from prison to prison, and just, seeing them also share their stories, their vulnerability, their like hope with others it made me feel proud of being part of the team. Like Victorious Living is not just a magazine, like it's content, it's on tablets, it's hope, it's us going in and like setting up camp right in the camp of the enemy. Like, people don't realize we're going into the trenches. It's not just behind the camera. Like, yeah, we record content, but we also go into the trenches. And I have such an awesome team. I just love how they accept me the way that I am. I feel guilty a lot sometimes when I'm around people because I'll be like, man, was I too loud? Was I laughing too much? Was I saying crazy stuff? Because I say crazy stuff sometimes, There was a moment when I walked into the first prison. When I got there, I was a little taken back because as soon as I walked into the room, there must have been over 200 men in white, because that's what color the uniform is for over there at State Prison. And it was loud, and I was like, holy cow. And these are high-level yards. Like, these are, people with some time. And it was a lot of guys, and I was like, where's all the COs at? Ain't nobody in here. But as soon as I walked in, man, people shaking my hand, telling me they seen me on the tablet. This guy ran up to me, a pretty big white dude, and he's like, man, JC, and he's like, I got sober because of you. And I said, it ain't because of me, it's because of God, man. He's like, man, you know what I mean? He's like, I watched your interview. He's like, I watched your interview with Dr. Love. I watched your interview with Chappies. He's like, man, I started getting sober. I got into shape. And he's like, now it's been 6 months. And that touched my heart, man. It touched my heart because I remember lockdowns. Like, I remember what it is to be in there and have complete, like, loss of hope and just not knowing who you are, not knowing that whole identity thing, like, is real, it's huge. I know who I am today, but when I go into those places and I'm able to hug and shake these men's hands and just share a little bit, and and the best part is that I go in there with a team where, like, it's not all like on top of, like, on my back, like, we kind of spread out in the rooms, and the boss will be over there, and Sherrington will be over there, and Pat will be over there, and we watch each other. We make sure everybody's good, and I don't think a lot of people do stuff like really from the heart, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Sometimes I believe that our pride is just so kind of like normal in ourselves because of how we've lived or what society's telling us, that sometimes we don't even know we're prideful. Sometimes we don't even know that we're doing things just so we can kind of feel good about ourselves because there's some kind of guilt happening. Because I mean, at the end of the day, if you're living a good life where you're not lying, cheating, stealing, all that stuff, like there should be no guilt. But sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between emotions, and that's what I explain to people. Like, it was way easier for me when I was like really traumatized because I only had two emotions. I was either mad or really mad, and that was it. There was nothing else. And now that I feel all this different stuff, from sad to happiness to like joy, and it's been a trip. But when I see these guys in the prisons and I see them crying, and I see them on their knees and just asking for help, just the way I did on that November 6th day, I know why we're doing it. Like, I know why we're going in, because guess what? It's not easy, guys. It is very, very drainful. I see how my team is wore out. I mean, even on the plane, like, everybody was flying home. Mr. Pat got stuck in Houston, and he's not getting home until today at 7. I was lucky because I was one of the only ones that actually got on the first plane out and made it out. And guess what? It happened again. It's not me. I'm not crazy. We had a full plane, and no one sat next to me. I had 2 empty chairs next to me. And this has not been 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. It's been 5 times that it happens. So either the seats are the problem or I'm the problem. But this is the thing, man. It used to bother me. Like, it used to make me a little sad at the beginning, the first ones. Yesterday, I was like, thank you, Jesus. And I laid down and I went to sleep because I was so tired. After doing those 3 days and going from prison to prison and just kind of like back and forth, all that wears you out. I wanted to get home. And rest. But, I sat down and I was like, man, why doesn't nobody ever sit next to me? So I tried to smile this time. I smiled a couple of times. Nothing. But it is what it is. Hey, I just want to say to everybody that, helped out, made it happen in this whole like Texas event in these prisons. The Victorious Living team, everybody in DOC over there in Texas. Just thank you. The wardens, the chaplains, the staff. They were great. Everybody treated us with respect. It was fast. It was a good experience. I think we're going to be doing a lot of work in Texas now that we got to go into the trench and kind of fill it out. And this month I fly out to North Carolina at the end of this year, and I have something planned with ASU also, Be the Man program. So just stay tuned, guys. And like I said, check us out on the website, www.wrongtostrong.com. And if you want to see what's going on with the organization, www.wrongtostrongfoundation.org. My name's JC. I am Wrong to Strong. Súbanse a la Suburban, because we're about to change this world.